Hi guys, this is officially my second YouTube video and I am incredibly excited to be doing this with y'all. First off, I want to give you all a big thank you for subscribing to me and for all the comments and likes and subscribes and follows. Thank you so much. It means so much to me. It really does. I want to give a shout out to Fire Guy Ryan. He was my first subscriber, and he is a big supporter in the comic community, and he is great. Big shout out to you. Also, the boy who had Seven Talks Comics, Jeffrey, Stay Puff, Soldier Only, and his wife, Fuchsia. I followed these guys over from Instagram over to YouTube, and I wanted to give you all a big shout out and a big thank you for all the support that y'all have shown me. So, I had asked on Instagram what you wanted this video to be about, and most of you voted for an About Me video. So I asked you guys to send me some questions on Instagram, and I will be answering them on here. So a little bit about me, in case you didn't know. My name is Natalie, and I am from Texas. A lot of you guys think I'm from New York. I am not. I am from Texas. A lot of my followers are from New York, so that's probably why you guys think I'm from there. But no, I am from Texas. I have 3 beautiful, gorgeous children. I have a boy, a girl, and a baby boy. And yes, I am married. I have been married for 7 years. And no, my husband does not collect comic books. That hobby is all me. And he is actually a total opposite of me. He is into music and he does all that stuff. His hobbies actually equally as expensive as mine, so you know, we're balanced there. Some of the questions that you guys sent me, a question that I get asked a lot is, who is your favorite superhero? And in case you didn't know, my favorite superhero is Green Lantern, Hal Jordan. And the other day, like a week ago or so, somebody sent me a DM and they were like, why? And I'm just like, why not? No, I'm joking. Why, Hal is just, he's this incredibly confident person. Like, he is just pure willpower. He is just, he teaches you and he shows you that just anything can be done if you set your mind to it and you want it. He's a very, act now, think later kind of mentality, and he's just the definition of will and just pure will, and he has always been someone that I look up to. Like, it's not like a crush or nothing, it's like more of a big brother kind of thing, because I just feel like I've always wanted to be like Hal Jordan and have that, confidence and just heroic, and that persona he has is just so amazing. I like it. One of the first runs that I ever read and collected was Geoff Johns' Green Lantern, and I fell in love with it, and he has been my favorite superhero ever since. So he's my favorite superhero. Another question that I get asked a whole lot, and ever since I first started my Instagram, you guys would message me this question, and it is, how long have you been collecting comics? And I have been collecting comics since 2008, so like about 10 years. And one of the questions I got yesterday was, what initially got you into comic books? And to be honest, there wasn't really, it didn't just happen. It was something that I've always been around. I grew up watching Spider-Man and, Batman the animated series. Like, I was in love with Batman the animated series. Me and my sister, we used to, it would show on TV, and we used to get our VHS tapes and record it, and then we would watch it over and over and over again, and then we would record over them, and if we really liked the episode, we wouldn't mess with that tape because we didn't want to just erase it. So I grew up watching these characters, and I grew up loving these characters. So it's always been something that was a part of me. I didn't actually start collecting until '08, and the main reason why was probably because of money. I was 16, I had my first job, and I had money, and I was just like, wow, like, what can I do with this money? So I would buy comic books, and I would go to my local Hastings because that's the only place where we could get them, and I would spend my money on comic books. So, I think one of the main things that got me into collecting was, having that money and being able to go out and buy it. So that's a question that I get asked a lot. So I hope I answered it. Another question you guys sent me: who is your favorite Marvel character? And my favorite Marvel character is Spider-Man. He has always been one of my top Marvel characters, and hands down, I just feel like he will always be my top Marvel character. Another question you guys sent me: my favorite Batman villain? Scarecrow. I've answered this question before, and my favorite Batman villain is Scarecrow. And why? He is so smart. Like, he's so strategic. He's super intelligent. He is just so manipulative, and his weapon is just, it's frightening. Like, everyone has a fear, and to be able to take someone down because of that, it's, you can get anybody, and it's clearly frightening. Like, I love it. I love Scarecrow. He's one of my favorite Batman villains. So, let's see. Somebody asked me, are you more of a hero or a villain girl? Honestly, I'm like both. I don't know. I love the way villains, like they came to be, their origins. They're just, great origin stories. And I love heroes also because of the way they came to be. So I'm a little bit of both. I have my favorite villains and I have my favorite superheroes. So I'm a bit of both. Somebody asked, what's your favorite live action Batman? And my favorite live action Batman is actually Batman, the movie from 1989 with Michael Keaton. I grew up on those movies. I would watch those movies continuously. It was my childhood. My mom would take me and my sister to the library. Like, every week we would go to the library and just check out books and movies, and Batman would always be a VHS that we would check out just all the time. We would be watching Batman. Batman Forever, Batman Returns, Batman. Like, it's one of my favorite movies. My favorite animated DC, something else that, is Batman Mask of the Phantasm. It is such a great animated film. And Under the Red Hood. Those two films are probably two of my top favorite animated DC films. They make fantastic animated films, and they are great. Okay, somebody asked, what has been your favorite read this year? That is actually really hard. Mm, I have to say that my favorite read this year has been Doomsday Clock. Um, oh man, it has been so crazy. If you're not reading Doomsday Clock, you absolutely need to. I hate that it comes out like once a month. Sometimes I'm confused. I'm just like, oh man, what is happening? But oh, man, this last one, it was Doomsday Clock number 8, I think. You know, it ended in this cliffhanger, and we the Superman story with Firestorm. It was so great. The whole time I was just like, oh my god, like oh my god, oh my god, no! Like I was just like, no, like what is happening? It's so great. And the cliffhanger, it left us. It was beautiful written, like beautifully written. Geoff Johns, he's one of my favorite writers, and I I think that's one of my top reads this year. Doomsday Clock. Another read that I finished this year was Mr. Miracle. I give huge ratings to Mr. Miracle. It was by Tom King and Mitch Gerads. He did the art, and it was beautifully written. It was so good. The trade paper, the trade actually comes out in February. So if you haven't read it, I suggest that you do. It's really good, and you know, I feel like I just related to it a lot on, or not related, but like I understood on a certain level whenever, you know, there would be like the relationship and just the whole family aspect of it all. Like I have been there, you know, they had this baby boy, and it was just like everything was just so accurate, like from um them being at the hospital and the ice chips and just the whole pregnancy of it all, and then them dealing with taking care of them and like heating up the baby's bottle, like all of that was just so spot on. Like it was crazy. It was such a great story. I would read it over and over again. So I think those are two of my top reads from this year: Doomsday Clock and Mr. Miracle. So if you haven't read them, I suggest that you do because they are really good. Another question somebody asked, what is your favorite pizza topping and do you play video games? So my favorite pizza topping, I guess it's like pepperoni, you know. I just like pepperoni. Never really put anything else. And yes, I do play video games. I actually just was playing God of War. So it is a beautiful game of the year, and it deserved it. I loved it. It's amazing. It's a really great game. Yes, I do play video games. Back to it. I grew up playing video games. The Sega Genesis was actually my first console, and I grew up playing Sonic and Mortal Kombat, Road Rash, and all those Genesis games. I have my sister to thank for that. I was into everything that she was, and I don't know what got her into it, but I wanted to just be like her, so we would watch Dragon Ball Z and play Sonic and Mortal Kombat and play video games and Pokemon, and she's the one that got me into all these things, and I guess I have her to thank for it. After that, we got a PlayStation, so Metal Gear, Resident Evil, Crash Bandicoot, all those amazing games, and PC gaming. I was into PC gaming ever since we could connect our dial-up to our PC, which was awful, by the way. Dial-up on PC gaming, yeah, it didn't work. But Fable, Tibia, Portal, I would play all those games growing up. Wow. Now League, I play League. That's probably one of the games that I spent most of my time on. League of Legends. Haven't had much time to play recently, but Pokemon, Smash. Oh man, that Smash Ultimate has been amazing. It is so good. Back to it. Somebody asked, who is your favorite gaming character? Solid Snake. Hands down, Solid Snake. I am completely and utterly in love with Solid Snake. So he is my favorite, all-time favorite game character. Somebody asked, what do you think water tastes like? Honestly, I don't know. I can differentiate the taste in bottled water, if that means anything. Like, you give me bottled water, and I'm very picky about my bottled water. But what does water taste like? It's hard to explain, I guess. Let's see. My favorite DC storyline. Blackest Night, no doubt. Blackest Night. Amazing, great, again, Geoff Johns. You can do no wrong. I love that man. Blackest Night was amazing. It was just one of my all-time favorite comic book arcs. It's just great in every way. How much money do you spend monthly on books? I actually just did a advance order yesterday, and I spent $80 for that monthly pull. So I spent like $80 online, and then every week I go into my local comic book store and I try to keep it under 20. I take a 20 cash with me so I won't spend. So I spend about $20 a week and then about $80 a month on my monthly pull. So maybe about $200 monthly. That's actually a lot. Yeah. So should cut back on some of those titles. And this last question was, who is your favorite comic book artist? And I have a few. Alex Ross is one of my favorite. I actually knew about his art even before I was into, comic books. That's how out there his art is. Neil Adams, Greg Capullo, they're all on my top. And Ivan Reis, he's actually my favorite Green Lantern artist. I love the way he draws the facial expressions on the characters. He draws the best facial expressions. Like, I love the way he draws the characters' faces. So Ivan Reis is probably one of my top favorite comic book artists. He actually, the Green Lantern, yeah. He's like my favorite Green Lantern artist. I don't know if you guys have sent me any more questions. Let me check real fast. I wrote them down. That's why I've been reading them from here. But I haven't checked. Oh, somebody sent, what do you have planned for 2019? Like in general, or like comic book wise? I have to be more specific here. Comic book wise, I mean, I'm trying to collect Batman's rogues. So I'm looking for the Batman 232, 234. Like I said, I'm gonna try to cut back on my comic book spending. It's hard, but it will be done. So I hope I answered a bit about me, at least. Thank you so much for sending me these questions. It's great that y'all guys are interested in wanting to know more about my likes, I suppose. Again, a big thank you for watching. Thank you for the support and the likes and the follows. If you're not following me on Instagram, you totally should. And also here on YouTube, which I hope to get better at in this new year. So those are some of my hopes for 2019. Also, I hope you guys have a great new year. I don't know what I'll be doing tonight. But I hope you guys have fun. Stay safe. And I'll see you guys later. Bye.